Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the free training. In this video, I'll be breaking down how I make $15,000 every single month reselling phones and the process on how you can too. See, phone reselling has completely changed my life. It took me from being broke, stuck in a 9-to-5 and living in a broken down university dorm to now making $15,000 in pure profit every single month, working as little as 2 hours per day and truly living life how I want to. But see, phone reselling has not just changed my life, but has also changed Kai's life. He was able to make $6,000 in his first month as a busy high schooler. Then we've got Nathan, who was able to quit his 9-to-5 and make $11,000 in the last 2 months. And then we've got Danny. In his first 2 months, he was able to make $17,000. And phone reselling has the power to change your life too. So lock in and get rid of any distractions, as this is probably the most valuable video you'll get on the internet for free. As once you watch this entire video, you'll never have to worry about scrolling TikTok or Instagram Reels to find ways to make money ever again. Okay, so how I make $15,000 every single month with phone reselling. And if you guys don't know who I am already, hi, my name is Charlie Cochran. I'm from Australia. I'm 18 years of age and I make $15,000 every single month simply by reselling phones. You can see a little photo of me and my phone collection and my month of January making 15K in a single month. Feel free to pause that and read that. But first, let me tell you a story on how I went from being a 15-year-old who was stuck in a 9-to-5, getting paid only $5 an hour for making burgers, absolute pennies and a waste of time, and being stuck in school, learning shit I frankly just never cared about. And ultimately, this led to me feeling like a complete loser and was completely lost in life, to now an 18-year-old who is making $15,000 every single month. I've officially escaped the rat race and I only work like 2 hours a day on reselling phones. And now I can happily say that I'm confident in my life and my future, and I enjoy every day that I wake up. And see, the journey behind this was not that easy. I was stuck in school. I was wasting my time on shit I just never cared about. Like, I don't need to know the Pythagoras theorem or all that crap. And so instead of doing this, I started getting a job and I was working it day in, day out. It was shit. I was getting paid $5 an hour. Absolutely hated it. Here's a little photo of that. And probably just like you, I hated this. Studying and learning crap I didn't care about, stuck in school for hours on end, and then going straight from that into working for a boss, getting paid pennies, working stupid amounts of hours, all just to feel unfulfilled, unsatisfied, and still lost and broken life. And just like most of you right now, I spent months on months starting and researching all side hustles / business models, but just none of them worked. I was trying drop shipping, I was trying sneaker reselling, SMMA, Amazon FBA, stocks, crypto, Instagram theme pages, and there was plenty more. That was just some of them. And all of them they're so unrealistic. They built so much unrealistic and false hope in myself, as they're just saturated business models. So they were obviously going to lead to no success. But deep down, after failing all of these side hustles, trying, spending money, losing money, deep down, I knew I wanted to escape this rat race and make shit work and make upwards of 10K a month, so I can finally support my family and live an amazing life where I don't have to work for a boss. I can choose what I want on a daily basis. I don't have to check my bank account before buying things that I want. And suddenly, just one day, I struck gold on a random ass TikTok video just talking about reselling phones. Thought nothing of it at the start, but I looked a little bit more deep into it and it was perfect. There was literally like no barrier to entry. It was not saturated. It was extremely practical and simple. And the market was huge as well. Everybody has an iPhone. Everybody loves iPhones and everybody upgrades and sells their iPhones. So I started researching and learning from anywhere I could. YouTube videos, TikTok videos, Instagram Reels, all of that. And in a single week, I bought my first ever phone to resell for $100, which at the time to me was a huge risk. And here's the little screenshot of the first ever phone. And why I say it was a huge risk is because I was earning $5 an hour to buy a $100 phone. That's 20 hours of work just to take a risk on buying a phone. So it did mean a lot to me at that time. But needless to say, it worked out great. I sold that phone and profited $150. I felt like the man. I felt on top of the world. I thought nothing could stop me. I was on a happiness streak because in 10 minutes of work, I made $150. That would have taken me 30 hours at my job. And every day, whilst I was still working my job, that was just going through my head over and over again, like 30 hours. And I made $150 in 10 minutes. And something clicked in my brain and I just knew I had to go all in. And then within my first 3 weeks, I made $2,270. Feel free to pause the video and look at that. And obviously making this money is good and all, but I was at a point where I still couldn't leave my job. It wasn't a good enough income, or it's like, oh well. So I dove deep and I came across a guy making $20,000 a month reselling phones. This, I could just not fathom this. It honestly shocked me. And I asked him to teach me because I wanted to do the same. And he was willing to teach me if I paid him $2,000. The second he said that, my stomach dropped. My palms were dripping with sweat as I only had $2,400 to my name. But deep down, I knew this is what I wanted. I knew I was meant for more than just slaving to a shitty 9 to 5. Slaving work for just some guy. I'm making another guy rich. Do you know how shit that feels? And I just had a feeling that it could be my way out and my key to freedom in life. And as my hand was shaking, I was legit shaking as I sent over the $2,000 to the guy to teach me. As you can see, this is the screenshot of me sending the money. It was basically $2,000, 1.9k. But let's just say it was worth it. First week with him, I made double the profit than the week before. And 2 months later, in my third month, I made $15,000. Feel free to pause and read all that. Then fast forward to today, I'm now making more than doctors do, and I didn't even complete school. I didn't go to university or anything. And now I work when I want. I never work more than 2 hours per day, and I spend my days how I want. I can buy the things I want. I bought myself a $40,000 AMG. I can take my family on holidays and nice dinners. This is me and my mum in our Melbourne city having a nice dinner. And now I can just truly live my dream life and do whatever the hell I want. And so, after 2 long years of failing at side hustles and businesses whilst being stuck in a 9 to 5, stuck in school, trying my heart out to make $10,000 a month, and finally achieving it with phone reselling, I decided to create my own exclusive community, helping people just like you watching this now follow in my footsteps and make 5 to 10k per month within 4 months with phone reselling. And this is all without working more than 3 hours a day, without any complex strategies or systems, without spending more than 1 week, just 1 week to master the side hustle. But just to clarify, our community is not for everyone. This community is 100% for you if you want to be financially free. You want to break out of the rat race and never work a 9 to 5 again. And also, if you have just no idea where to start, you have these ambitions but you don't know what the next step is. And if you want to take care of your family, if you feel like you're lost with absolutely no direction in life, you want to enjoy what you do to make money, you want to retire your parents, you want to provide for your family, and the main one, you want your dream life right now. You need to be an action taker. And I guess I say that because why would you want to wait 60 years old to have your dream life? Why wouldn't you want your dream life now instead of in 60 years when you retire? You know what I mean? And now that we know who this community is for, it's time to clarify who this community is not for. So this community is not for you if you're waiting to take a risk during the best time to take a risk in your life. You're young and you have that safety net. This community is not for you if you are not an action taker. Every single person who has ever came into my community and I've personally helped them, I make sure they're always action takers, as I find every time they're action takers, they just do so much better. And this community is also not for you if you just want an easy way out. Shit's hard. You've got to put in some work if you want something amazing. As if it was genuinely that easy, everybody would have it. This community is also not for you if you're fine with staying poor, so just get out of here. It's also not for you if you're wanting to dropship. Dropshipping is the most saturated and overrated business model out there. If you're looking to dropship, I'm not going to help you. Get out of here. And this community is lastly not for you if you're not willing to work at least 1 to 2 hours a day. You've got to put some work in. It's not a get rich quick scheme. You're not just going to work 10 minutes a day and make $10,000. That's just frankly not possible. And if you believe it is, somebody's telling you the wrong information. And a bonus for you, if you're not willing to go through this entire video and this entire document and take massive action on it, this community is not for you. And if you're still reading this, I bet you're young and you're ready to change your life, so just don't fuck this up. And now, how does this work? So I've spent the last 12 months making the perfect path to $10,000 per month reselling phones within just 4 months. And dozens of members have already gone through this. And the most committed members easily make 10K a month within that 4-month period. And some are even climbing to beyond. And now, here's our exact, simple 3-step framework on how we make you 5 to 10K per month in just 4 months. So first, I teach you everything you need to know about phone reselling through modules, many one-on-one hour-long calls, master classes, group calls, and that's just week 1. And then phase 2, you begin the practical work and put your new knowledge to use and actually start reselling phones whilst I continue to hold your hand and review your every move so there is no risk of failure, and we're still having these one-on-one calls, hour-long calls very often. And these are weeks 2 to 4. And then phase 3, you apply our proven scaling systems to make 5 to 10K per month minimum, whilst of course I'm still holding your hand, I'm still guiding you along the process, we're still having those one-on-one calls and all that stuff, and that is during weeks 5 to 16. And after all 3 phases are completed properly with my personal one-on-one help and support, making 5 to 10K per month is inevitable. Like, I would be surprised if you don't make 5 to 10K per month with me holding your hand and guiding you through the entire process. And now, 4 reasons why this is the best opportunity for you right now. You are taking advantage of the biggest market in the entire world. iPhones, amongst the US, UK, Europe, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, approximately 1.2 billion people, yes, billion with a B, over 70% of them have iPhones. And daily there is hundreds of thousands of these people upgrading and selling their second-hand phones on marketplaces every single day for people like us to make bank on. And then second, this is the most unsaturated business model / side hustle out there. Like, I bet you've never heard of this until I guess you came onto my social media. And what this means is there is no competition for you, meaning all this money is up for grabs and no one there is holding you or stopping you. Unlike things like drop shipping, it is so unsaturated that every single item that people are drop shipping, like, everyone's already tested it. So it is impossible. So that's what the bonus with this, it is completely unsaturated and untapped. And then third, there is really nearly no barrier to entry. You can be any age, any gender. You don't need any experience. You don't need to be any good with technology. You don't even need to have a car, believe it or not. And then fourth, you are not a slave to your business. You're only working 1 to 3 hours per day. That is seriously it. Most people swap their 9 to 5 to pursue entrepreneurship and just end up in a 9 to 9, making so much more money than their 9 to 5, but having absolutely no time to spend their money on doing what they want. What's the point of having all the money if you can't even take the time off to go on holidays or go see your family? And here is exactly what you get if you are selected to join. First, we have the education, all the information and education you need to know to master everything about phone reselling and master the game through modules and recordings, as you can see here, and then master classes to truly accelerate success. Next is the high-end support. First, there is 16 one-on-one hour-long calls with me. So it's just you and me. I'm checking everything you're doing, make sure you're doing everything good, holding you accountable, making sure that success is really the only option. Next is 24/7 text and voice support from me, meaning whenever you're stuck, you got questions, you don't know something, you can just reach out to me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Next, we have built-in accountability and progress tracking systems. These systems are just in place to keep you accountable, to make sure every single day and every single week you are doing what needs to be done to achieve that 5 to 10K per month within those 4 months. Next, we have the 90-day personally built around your needs roadmap to achieve success. This is just so you never feel stuck. You always know what your next step is. You always know what you need to do to achieve success. Then lastly, we've got the community filled with highly driven individuals. I'm sure you've heard of the saying, when you surround yourself by 5 millionaires, you become the 6th. Same goes with this. When you surround yourself with a community filled with phone flippers making 5 to 10K per month, it pushes you and gives you motivation to achieve that as well. Next we have is the do for you systems. I put these in place to make your life so much easier and so much simpler. So first we have the live market value tracker. This is a system that pretty much just tells you what price you should be buying every single phone at, and how much you can sell them at. So there's no need for you to understand how much a price is. You just automatically know. You go over to this sheet, you read how much a phone sells for, then you just get it for minimum $100 under that. Next you have, and this covers every single currency, every single location, and all of that. Next you have the copy and paste templates for absolutely everything. This is for your scripts, your ads, just absolutely everything, making it so much easier. So instead of writing everything out, you just copy, paste. Next we have is my reviewing system to review your every move. This is pretty much so whenever you're buying phones, selling phones, whatever, I will review your every move and tell you if it's a good buy, if it's a bad buy, all of that stuff. And then lastly, a phone sniper bot that sends a notification straight to your phone the literal second any cheap phones are ever listed inside your area, as you can see here, which makes acquiring phones the easiest thing ever. You no longer need to do anything. You can just lay in your bed, you'll get a notification on your phone saying this cheap phone has been listed. And it's that simple, and you'll get access to this completely for free. And now, results inside of my community are guaranteed. If you do not make $5,000 in just your first 4 months, I will pay you the remaining amount up to $5,000. So let's say the first 4 months you only make $3,000. I will send you $2,000. And that is binded through in an agreement, as I'm so confident in what I teach and in my mentoring that you will be achieving this no matter what. And ultimately, that means there is only now 2 options for you after this video. Option 1, you can keep trying on your own with the feeling of extreme uncertainty in your stomach every day you wake up till you go to bed, not knowing if you can actually make money online or not. Or there is option 2, you get your hand held through every single step of the process to make sure you're doing exactly what you need to be doing, and I help you make $5,000 minimum in your first 4 months fast with phone reselling. And if you don't make $5,000 in your first 4 months, I will pay you the remaining amount up to $5,000. And here are a few students who are currently inside of it. First, we have Danny. In a single day, he got 6 phones for $700 in profit, and he finished off the month at $11,000. Then we have Harrison Watts, a 16-year-old, in his very first ever month, $4,000 in profit, as you can see. Next, we have Fletcher, a 17-year-old, who in his very first month also did $4,200 in profit. And now look, I'm only selecting only 3 people per week to join my community to help them scale up to $5,000 to $10,000 per month by reselling phones within the next 4 months. And I have hundreds of people reaching out to me daily to apply for this. So spots are very limited and fill up very, very fast. So if you are tired of living paycheck to paycheck, shitty 9-to-5 grind, and you want to be financially free whilst you're still young without having to study a 4-year degree or work 9 hours per day, I want you to DM me the words "I'm ready" on Instagram at CharlieCCHRANE. And then from there, I'll ask you a few application questions because, like I said, I only accept, the top individuals. But yes, DM me the words "I'm ready" on Instagram at CharlieCCHRANE. And here are a couple more student results. First, we have Michael. In a single day, he got 5 phones for $580 profit. We have Nathan, who also got 5 phones in a single day for $550 profit. Then we have Max, who in his very first week of joining the community, he did over 1K profit. And for him, that was a lot crazier because he was in a situation where he's working 30 hours a week at a supermarket job. And he made more than that in his very first week starting phone flipping. Then we have Fletcher, who was able to do $1,200 in a single week in his first month as well. Then we have Danny, who was able to do $780 in pure profit in a single day. And then we have Yassine, an 18-year-old, in 3 hours was able to do $980 in pure profit. It's just a single day, 3 hours, $980 in pure profit. So like I said, if you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck and you want to be financially free whilst you're still young without having to study a 4-year degree or work 9 hours per day, I want you right now to DM me the words "I'm Ready on Instagram at CharlieCCHRENE. Anyway, I'll talk to you in the DMs and I'll see you on the other side.